Bit of a paradox, I agree. We are a bunch of happy guys running around, kicking each other in the butt, or sticking guitar picks in others' sweaty foreheads.
Well, it's lovely to meet you.
Well, thank you.
How are you finding Brisbane?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Second time here in this city, and it was 4 years ago last time, I think.
Oh my God, 4 years. That's
a long time.
That is a long time, and of course we had COVID in between all that, which shut everything down for a while.
Yeah, fucking pandemic took 2 years from everyone, I think.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I feel like everyone sort of rallied around their favorite artists online. I'm part of the reaction community on YouTube, and the amount of people that asked for Sabaton.
Oh, really?
Yes, they absolutely love you guys, and a lot of them
Thank you very much, everyone.
They were super excited that I got to speak with you today.
Oh, cool.
And the focus for what I do on my channel is more voice related, so I'm hoping that I can ask you some questions about...
Yeah, you can ask away, but I'm totally untrained, so I wouldn't be able to answer you anything.
Okay, well, I mean, untrained, that's absolutely incredible because you've got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Super
Made it
robust.
myself. I never had a plan to be a singer. I was a keyboarder. I got into the band as a keyboarder.
Oh.
And they told me, you'll sing until we find a singer. So I have no official training.
And they never found a singer?
No, the lazy bastards. That's why.
Okay. All right, so you started off as a keyboardist. Was it within this genre that you started?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
much. I mean, I started as a kid playing Hammond and church organ, but then it sort of rolled into always liking metal, and I do play other instruments, guitar and stuff, but for Sabaton, or what was Aeon called something else back at the time, but I came in as a keyboarder, and they found out I wrote songs. Oh, can you sing the melody so we know sort of what melodies you intended? So I started screaming into the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. And one of the things that, because I've listened to a fair bit of Sabaton, because the moment my kind of community introduced me to you guys, I was like, this is amazing. And one of the things I had wondered was, you do a lot of historical based songs. How do you decide what story you want to tell and which part of the story you focus on?
Oh, that's down to the music sometimes, a lot of the time. Sometimes we write the music sort of with a battle or an event in mind. Okay. But in many cases also we write music and then we sort of let the music decide the angle where how we tell the story, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's different every song. There's no modus operandi we can say like we always do like that. Sometimes we have an idea already before starting. Christmas Truce, for example.
That song made me cry.
Didn't have the exact lyrics, but some of it was written with that intention. Yeah. Other songs we just, written a year before we even decided we were going to make a new album, and then we're listening to the song. Okay, where does this fit in now? So
there's really no formal process. You don't like write lyrics and then write music, or you write music and then you write lyrics?
Mostly it's music first, or music with a special topic in mind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Amazing. And is there any particular song off a recent album or an upcoming album that people should keep their ear out that you particularly love?
Oh, that's a tricky question to ask because I'm tired of all the music by the time it's released. Because first writing it, then recording it, then doing mixing, and doing the mixing, what you're effectively doing is you're listening for problems.
Yeah.
So any problems with the mix, anything we should change with the instruments, re-record anything, you train yourself to listen to whatever is bad, and it ends up with so it takes me about a year after recording an album until I enjoy listening to that stuff again, because until that it's just gonna be bad choices for me. It's like, oh shit, we should have taken down the hi-hat on that chorus, it's a little bit tiny bit too loud, or we should have added that extra thing. Of course I don't even remember those things or am bothered by it a year later because I've forgotten about it.
Do you apply that same process to your music videos? Because the music videos are incredible. I feel like I'm in a movie when I'm watching them.
I'm visually retarded, so I don't deal with the videos that much.
With the videos
I'm a shitty actor, and I don't know much about cameras. I do enjoy the process of making a good music video, like we did with Christmas Truce, for example, because it's we're telling the story, and that's much more fun than a performance video.
Yeah. It was very moving, that music video. It brought me to tears, especially understanding the background about it. When it comes to your performance and thinking about some of these songs, they do have an emotional tie. What are you focusing on as a performer when you're on stage and you've got your audience there? And we're singing the song that we now know over and over again?
That's a bit of a paradox, I agree. We are a bunch of happy guys running around, kicking each other in the butt, or, sticking guitar picks in others' sweaty foreheads, stuff like that. So actually, yeah, we are really serious about the stories we tell and doing them well on the album. However, we don't really reflect on that on a live situation.
Okay.
Certain songs, like we did, we have a song about the Holocaust called The Final Solution. When we perform that, yes, absolutely, we do take it down. But for the most part, when we're on stage, we're focused on having fun and interacting with the crowd, because the crowd that's what's different for us every night.
Okay.
Songs, yeah, we played Prima Victoria, I don't know how many thousand times, but you know, enough. And so that song is not going to change, but what is going to keep it interesting for us is the crowd, because that's going to be unique.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really thought of it like that, like for an artist who has been performing for as long as Sabaton has, and the crowd, I guess, would be the only thing that kind of changes until you either release new music, but then by that point, you've gone through that recording process.
So I'm already tired of it.
Already tired of it. That's amazing. So it's a connection to your audience that is unique, no matter where you go.
All the memories, people are asking, you know, oh, weren't you tired of Prima Victoria? I'm like, actually, no, I wouldn't put it on and listen to it, but however, if I hear it, I can close my eyes and look back at 20 years almost. It's like, it was released in 2005, but I wrote it in 2003. So almost 20 years of memories of, you know, remembering crowds singing and jumping and having fun.
I mean, that's amazing, especially to think of it with the crowd. Are there any funny stories of things that have happened on tour over that time with bandmates that like immediately come to mind where you're like, this is a killer story?
There are so many that I can't think of one. And the best ones are the ones I really shouldn't be telling anyone with a camera on. So.
As far as your voice goes, now you mentioned that you don't have any training, but of course over time, you notice like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what affects your voice. What are some things that you think about when you know you're about to go on tour that you're like, oh, I should probably do this time?
Actually, thinking less and worrying less about it helps a lot. Don't get too upset about it. Of course, there are some things you shouldn't do. Don't drink milk before hitting the stage.
Yes, okay.
You'll get up with a slimy mess in your throat.
The dairy revenge.
Yes. Other than that, in the beginning I was worried so much about, oh, can I have coffee? Now I'm, obviously also I don't go out on a loud pub in the middle of a tour, because having to shout all day, singing is in a controlled with support. When you're talking, it's easy to forget and you're going to strain your voice. So taking it easy, be sensible. But other things, no, I just figured out it would be easier for my life, and it has been that I'll not worry too much about it. I drink coffee whenever I want. Only thing I ask for is, if I'm sick, but we always have it on the rider, is lemon and ginger.
So we were talking about voice. Now you mentioned that singing is all about support.
Yep.
So for you as a lead vocalist, naturally you're singing all the time. So are you checking in on your support on stage, or is that something that you do in the prep leading up to the shows?
I warm up physically, not too much with the voice. I mean, if I haven't been singing for a long time, I might do some vocal warm up. Otherwise, it's sort of a gym warm up, not too hard, but more like that, making sure that everything from ass to abs. And,
what kind of things will you do?
Whatever I have available. It could be push-ups, it could be crunches, it could be, swinging kettlebells is actually brilliant. When I go on bigger tours and we bring those, that's my favorite thing to work out with.
You're focused more on your muscular support rather than on the vocal warm-up.
Yeah, well, that's the support for that. So if I focus on the support, that'll have an easy day, you know?
Yes.
And I mean, I would say vocal warm-ups, in the middle of a tour, let's say you go for a month, might warm up for the first couple, but after that, I don't have to.
Because you're singing all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just ready to go, ready to roll.
Week into the tour, I'm not warming up my voice. I might check in and like, oh, yes, my support is working today. Let's go.
Yeah. And so casting your memories back to maybe the first few times that you performed, do you notice a greater difference now in your stamina when you're performing versus like when you first began?
Oh yeah, I sucked.
All right.
I was shit. I wasn't a singer. I was only supposed to be the singer until they found a singer. And then they told us, we have a show, but we don't have a singer. We'll find one later.
You'll be the singer.
I was sick. I mean, I had been performing before that.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a bass player, I'd been playing as a keyboarder and doing shows. But
singing's different.
Oh, hell yeah. I felt sick. I was about to shit myself and piss myself 3 times. I was horrible. I hated every second of it.
Really? What made you keep going then if you hated every second of it?
They never found a fucking singer.
Okay, so your commitment to your friends and the people you're working
with. I was still
with.
bandmates. We didn't have that many fans back then, you know.
Okay, so it was all for the band.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really, really sweet. So bringing us back to going on tour, you're about to do a show. Do you or the band have any kind of pre-show rituals that you do just to like get in the zone?
Not really. I mean, yeah, fist bump with everyone in the band and the crew as the intro rolls when we do that stuff. But other than that, not really. And sometimes we'll think it's boring that we don't have one of those rituals, and we'll introduce a ritual, and then the next tour we forget about it.
I mean, maybe it's a ritual just for that tour. Bit of a silly question to finish us off. If you could swap, like body swap, with any member of your band, including their skills, who would you swap with?
Hannes, the drummer.
Okay.
Because I'm useless at drumming. I don't get it. I mean, intellectually, I know exactly what's happening. I mean, I write music and I write it for drums sometimes as well. I can play a little bit of bass and guitar and everything, but with drums, I'm totally fucking useless. And it would be nice to once sit there and, that's how it works, you know?
Okay. Yeah. All right, so giving a crack at drumming, that's really cool. I find it interesting that so many singers connect with the drummers and very often the skills don't cross over.
Oh, no. Hey, yeah, you don't want to hear a drummer sing, you know.
Are there any, like, sneaky, or maybe sneaky's the wrong word. Are there any hidden singers in the band, like other members of the band who can?
Oh, hell yeah, Tommy Johansson, the guitar player. He's the best singer in the band.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
it sounds very different to me though, so we couldn't really have him singing Sabaton, but amazing singer.
Well, also your voice is iconic. So many people love it. My community have continuously asked for more of Sabaton, so I'm going to be doing that. And
thank you very much, everyone.
Absolutely thrilled to have met you today, and thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. And it always feels like, I can do it. No worries, I'll fly it all in one go. And then you're there for hour 12 of the second flight. It's like, no. I can't do this.
And I imagine you've toured so much that getting on a plane is just probably not very exciting anymore.
No, I'm pretty tired of airport security and such things.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Should we go inside there?
Yeah,